Hi everyone, in today's speed build I am doing another shell challenge. This one is a little bit different. It's in the style of a Polly Pocket type themed house. So I was watching a video from Kamila. I probably didn't say it correctly, but she's such a sweet girl. She has a YouTube channel, and then also she has an IG account where she shares all of her Sims 4 builds, you know, like how I do, I guess. And she was actually one of the very few people that started following me and subscribed to my channel. And she's been very, she's been very active in like her feedback to me and just being a really kind and genuine person. So I was watching a video that she posted yesterday, and I will link it below because it's really neat. She did a music box styled home, and it's so cute, and I thought it was so nice. And in the video she was explaining that she got the idea from a girl who does a lot of like doll houses and everything. So I decided to check it out because she mentioned that she did a Polly Pocket house. So I checked out the Instagram of the girl that she mentioned, and I thought it was so cute, the stuff that she created. And just so happens that she started a Polly Pocket shell challenge. So I was like, well, I think that's so neat because, you know, I grew up with Polly Pocket. Like, I was born in '86, so you know, when Polly Pocket came out and everything, I was still a little girl, and so I had a couple of different Polly Pocket house toys. And I love anything that's like nostalgic, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna participate in this challenge. You see that I make the walls lower at first because I want it to be so that you could see pretty much the entire house just from one view, like one angle, because that's how the toys were. You know, they were really plain on the outside, like it was just a solid color, and then when you open it up, the full house is just there, like to see. That's what I was kind of going for. At first I had all of the walls lowered, but I didn't really like the way it looked because I couldn't also put anything on the wall if it was too low. So I just decided to keep the very front wall low so that you can see all the furniture inside easier. And I also want it to be, you know, like a real house kind of, you know, like in The Sims. And I love that this was a smaller shell because after my last build took me so long, I didn't really want to work on something that would take me a very long time to do. The only problem that I had with this though is the fact that because it's open, since you don't close, you know, the walls or like put a ceiling on it, and especially for the bottom floor, you can't really tell, like the lighting in The Sims, like the colors are off because you can't close the room. So I kept having to switch it or like toggle it to nighttime and put lights so that I could see the colors a little bit better. But even when I do that, it still didn't show like the true colors of things. So I was really irritated by that. And I kept having to toggle it back and forth from like morning to afternoon to night and everything because I was trying to get a feel for how everything was looking color wise, because of course like change in daylight changes the tone of the furniture. So, you know, with like the whole visual atmospheric color change type thing. So yeah, so I kept having to change it, toggle to nighttime just so I could see the colors a little bit better. But then sometimes the lights would also be super bright and I couldn't really tell like how the colors were looking. Like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. Like, unless you actually play the game, it's hard to explain it. But yeah, so you'll see how I put it like so that the sunlight is shining into the house so I could try to see the bedroom a little bit better, because I wasn't really sure how like the colors I wanted for the bedroom. I knew I wanted to be, you know, like really girly looking, like with pinks and greens and yellows and stuff, but I was having such a hard time seeing what the wallpaper was looking like with the bed, and I don't know. So I ended up changing the wallpaper I think a couple times, and I changed the bed, and I was just trying to find things that worked well together that would look good, you know, no matter what light it was kind of in, so that you could see it good in the screenshots and stuff, which also made it a little bit harder with taking screenshots because the lights aren't exactly correct. Like if I had it on daytime or you know, switched it to nighttime or whatever. So it was really like inconsistent in that way. So for that purpose, I was a little bit stressed out, but at the same time, this was a really fun challenge, and it didn't take me long at all. Only took me like 2 hours to complete it. So and I was trying to make the like box look like it actually had like a clip like to close it and fasten it. And then I also extended the roof out an extra tile so that it looked like if you were to close it, it would fit perfectly with how the wall is lower in the front, you know? So it's kind of like a puzzle piece. And I hope it comes across that way. But I also, like, at the last minute, I was kind of thinking if I should put a whole yard and like do just like a regular landscaping type of thing around the house. But then I realized that I wanted it to really look like it was a toy, and I decided to just make a bunch of like really big toys all around it. And I mean, you'll see it later, or you probably notice it in the thumbnail, but I completely covered the lot with carpeting, and then I used a bunch of different toys and I sized them up a lot to make them look like they would be about the same scale as the Polly Pocket house, or you know, like in comparison. And I didn't really like the way it looked with only the big toys around it, because I just thought it looked like it was just a mess, like there's just toys, you know. But so then I added a really large toy box, like after I sized up all of the toys to lay around the house, and I kind of wanted it to look like it was just like some kid's mess that they left, like, you know, there are toy boxes right there and they just pulled out a bunch of toys and left it there on the floor or something. So I thought that was kind of neat, you know, instead of just doing a regular yard or you know, like landscaped house and stuff. And so I really like how that turned out. But I think my favorite part of this whole thing is the fact that I sized up that that superhero doll or whatever, the female one, and I was trying to make it look like it was Polly. So, you know, and I thought it was perfect that she was blonde. If only she was wearing like a dress or something, that would have been even better. But I love that detail of having the Polly doll in the house. But anyways, the screenshots are coming up, so I will let you guys go, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!